We are at a point where the housing market is bruised, but not broken. And so going forward, it won't be the record level of sales we saw in 2017, but we have seen mortgage rates come down considerably over the course of even the new year, and that is a good advantage for buyers going into the selling
Can you lay
season.
out some of the factors that we were looking at that caused buyers to maybe pull back a little bit?
It's only really one factor. It's affordability. You know, Houston was actually a bright light when it comes to cities because it was fast growing and affordable. Harvey changed that trajectory. But around the country, we've seen house prices rise in places like Grand Rapids, Seattle, San Francisco. And when you add that increased interest rate, it really changed the calculus for home buyers who are laser focused on that monthly payment. It went up and it became unaffordable.
We had been really focused on the lack of inventory, especially at that entry-level point, like people who needed to buy their first home, or if people were looking to downsize into retirement, that there just weren't homes like that available. Has that changed?
No, it hasn't. And that's going to be the myth that you'll see play out in the housing market in 2019. You'll see reports that inventory isn't increasing, but it's increasing at price points that are not affordable to millennials or first-time buyers. And that has been persistent for the last 5 years.
And then we had this big tax overhaul that changed what people could write off in terms of how much of their mortgage interest they could write off, and also the taxes that they pay, their property taxes and the state taxes and things like that, which make it more expensive to live in places like California and New York. Are you seeing more of an impact on the housing market in those high-priced states?
We haven't seen an impact from the tax cuts yet. I think this will take a few years to play out. But the bottom line is, if you combine high taxes, slowly but higher interest rates, and high prices, you get a mix that demands a solution, and that solution is more homes. And yet our zoning regulations don't accommodate that.
I was sharing with you, Nela, that I lost my own home in Hurricane Sandy, and it took us 16 months to get back in, and even then we were living in construction zone for a year. It has changed the way I look at purchasing real estate. Is that something that are you seeing buyers beginning to assess, can I get flood insurance? Would I need flood insurance? How much does that add to the affordability of this home?
No. The risk is so hidden. It is not top of mind for the buyer. The buyer's counting the bedrooms. They're looking at their monthly wages. They're not thinking, I could live in a place that floods, especially if it's not on any kind of flood map. The fact is, our flood system does not take into account these extreme weather events that are becoming more prevalent and more damaging. And so it's another thing, but it's a hidden thing that buyers have to be concerned with when buying.
I want to ask you one more thing that always gets me. When people are buying a home, real estate agents' commission can cost 5 to 6% of the overall sale. That significantly eats into the profit that the seller's making and what the buyer is paying. Are the days where that's essential over?
They're ending. Being in the industry for so long, I understand the value of a real estate agent, but there is a point where technology can improve and make that relationship more efficient, lower cost, and that is the ultimate hope for home buyers and sellers going into tomorrow, but we're not there yet.